He did not allow you to put it there permanently. He wanted you to get it cleaned up. I do. I want to make your heart life as impossible as I can. As I hate you.
And on that note, that is our son, by the way.
Oh, I know the feeling.
Yes, he's fighting me about cleaning his room and doing the rest of his chores.
Yes, this is why we give them chores, just to make their life more difficult.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's arguing, well, Daddy let me put this there. I'm like, well, Daddy let you put it there like 2 months ago as a temporary measure. And I'm telling you now, temporary doesn't work any longer. It's been 2 months.
Okay, I think we're working on, we're sort of waiting on Tor's voice. I'll give him another minute, I guess. While we're waiting, just to recap a little bit, I think 2 of you were unconscious.
Yes, 2 of us who are currently here with our mics working.
Yes. Do we recall the duration of the unconsciousness?
You didn't tell us.
I did not tell you. This was the trap on the chest. And I would say, and I believe it was rigged with an alarm gong or something to that effect.
It was kind of the gong that took us out.
And that's when the door opened to the south there, right next to the sleeping rune keeper. And Arista fell in the middle of the doorway. But the orc and the dwarf were not asleep. So let's just, I guess, take care of how many rounds. I'm trying to figure out how many rounds have occurred since that moment.
I'm over here, like, talking to myself. I'm so sorry, guys.
That's all right. All right, well, it'll be for 3 more rounds.
But I do remember someone trying to wake Arista up. I don't remember how much success they had though.
Mm-hmm.
Arista, do you remember?
I do not.
Well, why don't we go ahead? I'll assume it's either Sorak or Tor are trying to wake you, or both. It's a magical sleep, but actually, no, I take it back. It's really not so much magical as it's just chemical. Why don't you give me a... What? Drugs, yeah, drugs.
Drugs!
Drugs. What would be the most appropriate save for that? I'm thinking poison. So a Constitution save. So give me a Actually, a Constitution check.
Right? Hello?
Yeah,
Hello? Oh, okay. Sorry.
that's it.
Constitution check.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you made
19.
it. Okay.
That's better than the ones I was rolling yesterday.
So you will come to on this round.
Thank goodness.
And we'll be generous and assume that if that was Sorak that was trying to wake you, and I recall Tor saying he was going to, because there was the movement in the wall and something opened up, and you could hear scuttling or scurrying or something to that effect. And I believe Tor said he was going to try to wake up Vartan. So Vartan, why don't you give me a similar check?
Oh, I don't think we took into account as well spell resistance. Spells are particular resistance to spells and spell-like abilities that charm or unnaturally cause sleep when making saving throws against these types of spells. Now receives a +10 bonus. Spell resistance
Naturally
allows saving throw
causes
against
sleep.
unnaturally causes sleep.
Oh, unnaturally. No, so that's what I'm just saying. We determined it's actually a drug, a poison or
Okay.
drug. So it's a more natural, or at least it's physiological, alchemical, or I'm sorry, chemical. So it is not a magic sleep.
Let me. And you said Constitution, yeah?
Yep.
I keep losing my card sheet. 1 second.
Um, I'm sorry. Remind me the 5 bonus is including level, not including prime,
Yes, that's including level and Constitution bonus, but not prime.
but not
Because it
prime
isn't prime.
because it isn't prime. Yeah, since it's not prime, it's not enough.
Oh.
Um, but I guess as long as someone's trying to actively wake you, um, then we'll just do. And Tor's saying you can hear but not talk. The mic worked briefly, very
It
faint.
did work when I said you were quiet, but you were audible. Now you're not audible after whatever you did. In other news, did everyone grab the 6-book pack from Castle and Crusades? I don't know how long that's going to last, but it's
No.
an awesome giveaway.
No, I saw the post. I didn't get a chance to grab it. Let me. It's digital though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably.
If they're giving away 6 physical books for free, wow, that would be something.
Yeah. Well, you pay shipping, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
They've
have.
given me quite a bit of credit as well for helping them out in various things, but the problem is I've got like nearly all their stuff, so I don't know what to spend it on.
Yeah. Yeah, same here. I think I have all but 2 of those things, the modules. Um,
I think I need a digital copy of the Player's Guide to Aird. Yeah.
why is it so
Last
hard
time
to?
we did that, I bought a whole bunch of box sets. I'm starting to run out of stuff to buy.
Oh, my account.
Yeah, I just kind of assumed we had it all.
We do have. Okay. Back up. And for all info.
It doesn't need it. If you leave it all blank, it will be happy as long as you give an email address. So you log in with your email address. If you're not logged in, you just ask to log in, and they'll give you they ask for your email address, and they'll send you a login link, They don't use a password now,
Mm-hmm.
and then that will get you into your account.
Very cool. Well, I grabbed it, so thanks for passing them
Can you hear me
on.
yet?
Hey, there he is.
Yay! Say it again. Hello?
Yeah, Jen, now yours is clipping.
Oh no.
It's fine.
Maybe that's why I didn't hear Tor.
Oh, no, he can't hear us.
Oh no.
The pink plug goes in the pink jack, and the green plug goes in the green jack.
This is all something I'm wondering as well, whether to move my sound card across to the new PC or not. Because these days motherboards have really good onboard audio, but it is a nice sound card, so it's difficult to decide.
Mm-hmm.
You guys hear me yet?
Yes.
Oh, that's loud.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes!
turn your volume back
Yes!
to normal again.
Yeah, right, I will.
All right, great. Sorry about that, guys.
I'm good.
No worries. Okay, say something again now that I've got you readjusted.
How's that sound?
You're still a
That's
little high,
good.
but I'll turn it down a little bit.
All right, coming into fantasy grounds now.
Okay. Admit it, you had the pink plugging into the green, right? And the green plug in the pink? No? Yeah.
That would be nice if I had that. All my headsets now are wireless, and so I think the microphone on my brand new headset might be broken.
Oh, no.
Disappointing.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah, I could hear you guys through the headphones on that one, but you couldn't hear me speaking. So now I've got these my backup ones that I use on the laptop, and the headphones don't work on it, but the microphone does. I'm just listening to you through the speakers. We'll make it work.
Well, I appreciate that.
Oh my gosh, like a Frankenstein golem.
Yeah, it's a mess.
All right, so to catch up real quick, what we've done kind of while we were waiting there was we caught ourselves up to the fact that Arista and Barton are asleep on the ground. Sorax, and that was because there was a gas released into the room, some sort of we'll call it a poison, and the two, you and Sorak, were able to resist. The two magic users were not, and at around that, and the gong went off, so that alerted something, and a door slid open right next to Varaton. That's that doorway to the south. Previously a wall, and now it's slid open. And Sorak was trying to awaken Arista, and she made a Constitution save because he was assisting her to wake up. And I believe at the end of the last session, you made a comment about helping Varaton up. So we just assumed that you would be doing the same to him. So we gave him a chance to do a Constitution check, and he failed it.
Okay.
So
I'll continue.
What's that?
I'm sorry. I was just going to say I'll continue to try to wake him up.
Okay. Well, let's. I think we're sort of into. We need to roll initiative here because there are more than the four of you now involved in the struggle. So we do this, and we do this, and roll initiative. And okay, so that's happened. You heard scuttling to the south. is going to be able to. At this point, Tor, since you're the only one that's conscious and in line of sight, you see small clumps, maybe about the size of your fist. They sort of have two appendages, which you might call legs, and they seem to be sort of scuttling from the eastern side of the room into where you can see them. And let's go to Sorak. Sorak will get the next moves. Would someone like to run him, or should I run him, or what do you want to do?
I can run him.
I'd appreciate it. So what is Sorak doing? Arista is awake. She's now prone, but she's a little groggy. So he's
Okay. So go ahead. So he's ensuring that she is fully awake and is not going to lapse back into her slumberous state. And then he will move back into the. Well, let me ask you this, Mark. Is he aware? And I know you said I was the only one that could see him, but is he aware of something going on in this next room?
He is not. He heard. So far, all Sorak knows is he heard the gong. He smelled the gas or observed the gas some way. Arista falls prone. He immediately runs over, tries to wake her up, and that's all he knows. So he does not see or know about what's going on in that other room.
Okay, then he's just going to move to the opening of this room here, sort of betwixt Arista and Tor there. Okay. I guess Tor would be a little lower since he's helping Veritine. And at this point, if he saw something there, then he would act on it. Otherwise, that's all he's going to do.
Have him give me a wisdom check.
Okay.
Wait. Would he see? I'm inclined to say he doesn't really know what's going on because he was in that other room, so he doesn't have enough context to act quickly enough to act on this round.
Okay.
So, yeah. So he doesn't actually, he doesn't have enough of his wits about him to catch what's happened so far. So he's still acting a little bit from behind in the initiative. Go ahead.
Okay, is it? So he can't act on anything. So is it Tor's turn now, or no?
Yeah.
All right. So Tor sees the door to the south slide open and hears the scuttling and sees the sort of clump-like creatures. Is that all correct?
Yep. There are several. There's about a half a dozen or so.
Okay. Then since Veritine is still unconscious, he's going to drag Veritine into the northwestern corner of this room with the bed, and interpose himself, basically just making sure that the things can't get right at him until we can get him back up again.
Right. Okay.
Draw my flail.
Okay. Barton, I guess we'll be generous and assume because you're being moved, you're still being jostled, so we'll call it an inadvertent attempt at an awakening. So go ahead and give me another Constitution save.
I bumped his head on that dresser as I was pulling him back.
Was it intentional? Wake up.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, there you
go. Oh, same again.
Yeah.
This is not your day.
No, not same again. Less. Oof.
Less.
No.
All right, Arista, you're groggy.
What?
And you're laying down, so it would take you just, enough movement to stand up. I'm certainly.
Do I need to run a Constitution check to see if I get a Charlie horse upon waking? Or
You want?
I don't know.
No, not really.
No, I think you're bringing too much meta personal stuff into the game. So
Right? I guess I'll stand up and check myself over, make sure I'm not wounded, and check that all the blades are in the right place and not stuck in me anywhere, and make sure that the rocks are in the right spot and the sling's in the right spot and my
Right.
hair looks good. You know.
all that, for what it's worth, you would see Tor dragging Vartan, uh, flipshod into the corner.
And then when I notice
hastily.
that, I'll go with them.
Go with him.
Yes, I will go with Tor into the corner.
Okay.
Yeah, I just dragged him over there and left him, and then I moved hastily to the other side of the room.
Okay. So, several of the creatures sort of come to about here, and they sort of group together into a small swarm of walking eyes, if you will. These are, like I said, eye stalks about the size of your fist with two small kind of fleshy appendages. So they only stand a few inches off the ground, maybe 6 or 7 inches off the ground. And maybe about half of them sort of run back to the east the way they came. And they sort of, as they gaze on you, you sort of sense it's an intense stare, obviously from a lidless 6-inch eye, and it seems to almost look right through you. And they see what Tor is doing. They attempt. Oh no, the wrong creature. Oh, okay. They're going to attack. Tor, and Tor at almost at once, several of the eyes shoot these various beams of energy toward you, and they seem to strike wide. One of the beams seems to be sort of electrical in nature. You see sort of an arc of bright white light. Another one seems to be a glob of sticky goo. And you hear a sort of a thump, almost like a sonic sound pass by your shoulder as it again it misses you. So end of the round, next round. All right, Sorex up again.
Okay, so at this point, it would be seems fair to say that he would probably have seen that energy passing by, right?
Yeah, no, all three of you that are awake would now notice what's going on.
Okay.
You could fully act.
With an alarmed look on his face, he charges in the direction from which they came, or from which those beams came. Is he able to close with the sort of amalgamated creature there?
Yeah, the swarm of eyes, and that's how we're going to treat it, as a swarm.
Okay.
I certainly can close the gap. I don't think you'd have enough room to really charge at them. Plus, they're sort of on the ground, so it's really, I don't see a charge possible here. So, but
okay.
Certainly, yeah, he can go up and take a swing if that's what you're intending.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, he'll try that first then.
Okay.
All right, let's see here.
No, Thor.
Okay, some reason that's not working. Let me try something else. All right, I'm sorry, man. That first 10 didn't show up until after I rolled again. So I guess the first attack, his attack is a 10.
10 plus 5 will hit. And go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, that token is not showing as. I've got him targeted, but it's not showing as targeted. Is there some aspect of the token that's not turned on, maybe?
You know, I don't know, but it's, to be honest with you, it's
Okay.
the wrong one anyway. So if we're just gonna have to do this one manually. I thought I'd added
Okay.
it correctly, but apparently I did not. But anyway, all right. Anything else?
That's it for him. Did he seem to have any effect on the swarm? Just swinging his axe wildly in there?
Yeah, no, he definitely. It seemed to injure a few of the creatures, so they are. It definitely did damage to the group, to the swarm, but I mean it's still going, and it wasn't as much damage as you imagined. So.
Got it. Okay. All right. Tor, really quickly, Margaret. I'm looking at a spell called Aid the Doomed. Are you familiar with it? You want me to read it?
No, go ahead and read it.
So basically, it allows me to give aid to one in need without touching them by wrapping them in a cocoon of spiritual power. They must be on their last leg, having suffered the loss of 90% or more of their hit points, or be held by a magical spell, ability, illusion, or enchantment. Would the magical or would the drug qualify under that?
No, because it's
It's
not really
holy.
magical. Yeah, it's not a magical force that's keeping him asleep. It's just simple drugs.
Okay. All right. Well, then this round I'm going to continue to try to shake him.
Okay. And then since
Hopefully
he's
give him
next,
enough.
we'll go ahead and this will be his last round anyway. So he might actually wake up on this round and be enough to get up on the next. Yeah, no, that's enough. So that shakes him awake. And you'll have maybe half your action left, Vartan. So that's about enough to either stand or if you want to attack from prone.
No, I groggily get to my feet with my bow.
Okay. They'll be ready to go next round. The next creature will face with a new target.
As Vartan climbs to his feet, he's looking around, going, "What's going on?"
Yeah, exactly.
And I threw the wrong dice. And again, Sorak feels these multiple damaging rays whiz by him. Arista.
So I'm gonna look at Vartan and say I don't know, but there's eyes over there, and there's comings and there goings, and wasn't there a gong? And so then I'm gonna shoot at the eyes with my sling.
You're going to have to move a little bit.
Like that.
Okay.
I'm struggling with my size in the room, I guess.
Yeah. Good enough.
Will that work? Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Oh, I'm on the wrong tab. I'm like, why can't I find any of the things I need? Because I am on the wrong tab. Slingshot.
Oh, nice. I'm sorry. What were you attacking with?
The slingshot.
The slingshot. You just said that. I'm sorry. I was thinking
Okay.
about. I'm thinking about my next move.
It's
Okay.
You do it all the time.
Oh, thank you.
That was a very nice slingshot, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
For someone who's very groggy.
It was.
Notice I gave myself not the presence of mind to cast a spell. So
It's actually
did you
round.
just give me a lantern? Thank you.
Go ahead.
Is it my turn
It is again. Look at that.
again? Wow, you know what? That first one was so successful. Let's do another. Oh,
Ouch.
famous last words. Who am I going to hit, Sarah?
Roll a d6. Roll high.
The slingshot goes behind you, knocking out
That was
Vartan just as he gets to his feet.
that was on a 1. A 2 was the slingshot goes flying across the room towards the creatures. All right, you narrowly avoid losing your slingshot there.
Woohoo!
Anything else? Good move.
Yeah, I think I will because this is my second turn, right? So I'm going to move further. No, I'm not. I'm going to stay right where I am because I'm going to be able to get out if not. No, I'm going to stay over here. I'm going to go over here behind the meat shields. I mean, big guys.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Behind the big guys.
Anything else?
I think that will do it.
All right.
Okay, so all right. He's going to attack that mass again, the swarm again, I should say.
Sorry, Thor. I didn't mean to surprise you.
Ooh.
If a 20 hits, 11 points.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And
you.
then with a wicked lateral cut.
Mm-hmm. You severely impacted its ability to shoot things at you.
Oh, that's nice.
Fan of that.
Barton.
Vartan sees these eyes and lowers the bow at them and takes his shot. Black fletched arrows,
Okay.
even when the description says otherwise.
Nice.
Miss.
No, it's
What?
a hit. It's a hit.
Okay. I was really worried then for a minute.
He said the automaticos aren't working.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Wait.
That was the wrong roll.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
that
Wait a
was
minute.
that was wrong. It's not D20 damage. Don't worry.
Oh, phew. Oh, darn.
Oh, that just rolled onto a 7. That I needed. Yes.
Yes.
What's that? Oh, Jesus. Oh, glad I hit that thing. What was that?
No, it's not yet unconscious. It's
My goodness. So what is that? Not what was that?
Yeah, what
what
is
is
that?
that? Well, if it had mouths, maybe it would tell you. But alas, it's all eye, stalk, and one last on Thorax. Eye, and it will hit. Wait a minute. What is Thorax AC?
He has
It's
a
impossible. That's what it is.
21.
That's what I was
He's
afraid
got
of.
If it's evil, it's even better.
Really? Okay. One of the rays actually seems to almost make contact, but then glances off his armor. All right, Tor.
Is it possible for me to get in there beside Sorak and take a hit, or no?
For goodness sake.
Yeah, you could squeeze in beside him, then the both of you will take a penalty. Because you both
Well,
are using like axe um axe, right? Like I know
yeah,
he
I'm a
does.
flail, but yeah.
But yeah, so they both need a little bit of range to activate, so yeah.
Okay. What's the penalty? I'm going to part.
-2.
Ready? Oof. Ugly.
Yeah, not quite enough. I think it's going to try one more time. One more shot at the short guy. And miss. Alright, Vartan.
That thing. I'm gonna take it down. Okay, another shot. Black fletched arrows.
That's
15.
enough.
Is that
Yep,
a hit?
that's enough.
That's enough. Not such a solid hit this time.
Yeah, no. There's still one eye, one stalk left.
Are we toenailing it?
If it had toes. It has no toes.
We're eyelashing it.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Anything else?
Yeah, Vartan will step out of the room a bit as well, trying to get out of sight of the eyes in between the shots.
One tiny eye left.
Alrighty. $18.
That hits.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Black.
And with that, you shatter the remaining eye, and it just kind of splatters, immediately disintegrates, and explodes. Actually, spewing the vitreous humor. Exactly, splorch. Sprays across the walls.
So I turned to, I guess, Sorak, since we're right there. There was another mass that headed off down the tunnel here to the east. Probably should move to catch up before it brings additional reinforcement.
Did you say that loud enough for me to hear, or were you just talking? Sorry.
Well, I'm not whispering it. I am speaking at a normal level, but I'm just looking at Sorak.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All
That
right.
was very random.
Very random.
Oh, sorry. No, I'm sorry. No, that. Hold on. Sorry, I'm muting.
Sounds
Sorry,
like
the echo in the other room just randomly started talking and then playing music very loudly, and I'm just like, it gave me the weather report for no good reason. Like, what was that about? There's nobody in there. It was extremely random. I'm sorry.
Well, you're up. So, what would you like to do? You heard that. You have just a
Well,
moment
yeah,
here.
so I'm gonna look around at where he's pointing. Yes. He's
Well, he's
pointing where?
pointing down the
Yeah.
hallway that you can't
Oh.
see.
Yeah. The hallway that I can't see.
Not from where you are.
Oh.
I mean, you can see you
okay.
can see into this room.
Yeah. Gotcha. So I'm gonna go to there, where he's pointing, so I can look.
Okay, so you're going. So move to where you're going to move.
I'm sorry, I'm a little confused about which hallway he's talking about.
The one that's just opened up.
One to the south here.
with the
Okay, that's what I
creatures
thought.
in it.
That's what I thought, but I guess I didn't quite understand why I couldn't see it from where I am. But now I'm closer. Oh, I see. I have to be able to lean in toward it. I got you. So I'm going to pile up on these guys and look. Okay, you first.
Mark, what are those features there? The sort of diamond-shaped thing.
They are columns.
That's
Got
a
it.
So the walls here are smooth, as if they were carved, and they are column. Not finely crafted. They're fairly crude, but they appear to be stone-like.
Are they just freestanding, or do they hold the roof up or the ceiling up?
Well, whether they're actually holding the roof up or they're just decorative, it would be hard to say without further inspection. But they do appear to run floor to ceilings.
Okay, got it. And how high is the ceiling?
It is about 12 feet high.
Okay.
You plan on doing something to the ceiling?
Well, no, I always like to look at the ceilings before I go into rooms.
Okay.
I'm sorry, actually, I have to revise that. It's 14 feet.
Okay.
Oh my God, get out! There's extra 2 feet.
That changes everything. So if Sorak is able to act, or if I'm able to act, whichever, one of us is going to go into that hallway there.
Well, it's technically Sorak's turn, so he would have heard you, and you're saying he's going to move in.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So as he moves in, what he witnesses is the he witnesses a large mound of flesh. It's not the skin is not smooth. It's more like it's clumps of flesh. It's currently floating on the what appears to be a dais. It raises about 3 feet off the floor, and this roughly round mound of flesh is pretty large. It's about 10 feet around, and it rises about a foot off the ground. This is why I had to revise my math slightly. And what you notice is those creatures that you just dispatched appear to be sort of surrounding it, and Thorak gets there just as the last one sort of jumps, and those foot-like appendages sort of just embed themselves into the flesh, and now you're facing this ball of amalgamated fleshy proportions, or fleshy what's the word I'm looking for, flesh bulbs, with a number of these eye stalks sticking out and looking around it. And just as that happens,
And Sorak shouts, "Behold, it's a ball of eyes."
Yeah, something like that.
something like that.
Damn.
Oh, and one of these eyes will shoot and make contact. Did it? It did. Okay. And make contact with Thorak for 3 damage. And he needs to make a check versus breath weapon, which I believe is on or dex.
Dexterity.
Dexterity, yep.
Dex, yeah.
So make a dex
Is
check.
Would this be considered an arcane magic effect? You get a +3 on those saves. So like I said.
Yep. Yeah, these are all arcane effects. Magical.
Okay. +3 on this one.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't actually add the creature. That was.
Oof.
I don't know if it added the 3, even though I put it down in the modifier. I don't know if 12 is going to. Oh, yeah, it did. There it is. It's there.
That one is gone. And he's made
Yeah, I
his...
wish I had. Oh, yuck.
Next round. Baraton, you would have at least heard some sort of commotion. So you might guess
Okay.
that someone's in trouble or engaged in something.
I run down here, squeezing by to see if I can see anything through the door here. I guess I see Sorek down. Basically, I'm drawing my bow and aiming. So if anything comes close to Sorek, I'll shoot it while the other two are getting ready. So basically, I'm holding my shot to anything that comes close to Sorek.
Arista.
Uh-huh. I'm going to let me pull up my spells here real quick. I gotta real quick. Wait, that's not the right way to pull up my spells. Those are my spells. The haste. Yep, haste. I'm gonna cast haste on. I cast it on more than one person.
Not usually.
Range 50 feet. Yeah. Okay.
There is a mass haste spell, but it's quite high level.
Okay, that's what I thought.
At least I think there was in D&D.
Who do I want to cast it on? Do I want to cast it on Tor or Sorak?
Sorek.
On Sorak?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to cast haste on Sorak. Fortunately, range 50 feet. So it's going to double his move and his number of attacks. Oh, he can resist it if he likes.
But Sorek's down for 6 rounds.
Oh, is he really? Yeah.
It would cut the.
So,
It would cut his.
Would it
rounds
cut that in
down.
half?
Yeah, cut it in half.
Oh, would it? Great.
Oh,
Let's
then
do that.
that's good. That's good then.
Yeah. Let's do
I
that.
missed that. What is it? What happened to him for 6 rounds?
He's knocked prone from the effect of the
Knocked prone.
sort
Prone
of
and
sonic
deaf for
boom.
6 rounds.
And deaf. But he doesn't have to hear the spell, does he?
No.
Okay. Because there's a voice component to it. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna cast haste on Sorak so he gets up faster.
Okay.
That's my turn. Okay.
But that's not right. 17 4 is 21. Ah, but he is prone. That works to his advantage. All right, so that's going to miss. And that's so 2 more rays shoot out at Sorak, and they both miss. One wildly. Now Sorak suddenly feels hasty.
Okay.
How big is it again?
It's around 10 feet around.
10 feet.
So with the eyeballs sticking out, it's closer to 11 or 12 feet.
So he is sort of pressed to the ground for the remainder of the spell, or is it just the deafened that left?
It's the deafened and, I apologize. It just occurs to me, the interpretation here is wrong. It's that he's deaf for 6 rounds, but he gets knocked prone for 1.
Oh, I see it.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Sorry,
So then he stands.
Paying attention. But
So he stands up, and given that he's hastened, he can. I'm assuming he can make that 30-foot gap as a charge.
yeah, his normal movement is 20, so even less because I think he has plate on. So that's a good gallop he's got there.
Okay.
And I can
and that's
imagine.
what he's going to.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. I can imagine him yelling, but he can't hear himself.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. He's shouting a dwarven prayer to whomever his deity is.
Yeah.
And then upon arrival, he strikes the creature with his gilded axe.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, can't help you there.
Yeah. Tor will move into here. He wants to stay within 5 feet of his other 2 companions there as well. So basically, I'm going to cast prayer from this position here. It'll affect the creature as well as all 3 of my companions.
What are you casting, sorry?
Prayer.
Prayer.
Rare. Sweet.
That's 4 points. And then a normal move to here.
Okay.
Quick question about fold space. Room mark says, it says word for word, the room mark is able to fold a circle of space with a diameter of 10 square feet plus 1 foot per level. Can I choose to make it smaller?
To make which smaller? The creature?
Fold space, the portal.
Oh. I'm sorry, read it to me.
Room mark is able to fold a circle of space with a diameter of 10 square feet plus 1 foot per level. I'm asking if I can choose to make it smaller.
Interesting because it says 10 square feet, but it's a circle. That's what's
Right.
throwing me. A diameter of 10.
Diameter of 10 square feet. That's a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
A diameter of 10 feet, I guess it means.
But you want to fold something smaller than 10 feet. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. So if I make it only 6 feet, for example, is that possible?
Because he doesn't want to get Sorak.
Right.
Well, no, it's nothing to do with who I can hit. It's how big the portal is and how big things can go through it. For example, people
Right.
and not 10-foot floating eyeballs.
Yeah. He's trying to create a filter, a notch filter, or not notch filter, but
I'm not necessarily going to do it, but it may affect what my future decisions are. I'm just looking at possibilities, and it just came up as an interesting. Well, can I or can't I?
I'm tempted to say yes. The problem with I'm imagining, I may be overthinking this, but you're drawing the runes that kind of invoke this notion of a space being folded. In part, something in those runes must dictate the size.
Yeah, but
But
if it increases by +1 per level, that implies that I have some level of control over the
yeah,
size.
yeah. Let's just to keep going. We'll just say you can make it as large as you want,
Or well, as
as
small,
small
as
as you want. Yeah, sorry, as small as you want.
Thanks.
Um, yeah. Okay. Okay. So we're at the top of the order again. Look at that.
Look at that.
Uh,
The beastie gets to go first.
We're gonna do this. I think it did last time I did this. It did some very funny math. Yeah, I don't understand what that math is. 18 misses. Vartan.
Okay, when Vartan sees Sorak charge off down, he takes a step, still with his bone drawn, into the room. And when he sees this giant beastie with many eyes, he lets loose his arrow.
Okay.
So again, black fletched arrow. Yeah, no good. How can I miss something that size though? Come on.
You would think. Well, even if we give you a 2 for the size.
Ricochets off a plate or something off the eyeball.
You
Yeah.
caught it on your sleeve as you let it loose.
Yeah,
Did you get-
something like that.
Well,
Does the +1 for bless help? Or I mean, a prayer.
Well, no, he said even a +2 wouldn't help, so a +1's not going to help.
Okay.
But thanks, I forgot about the prayer bonus.
Zorak.
Okay, so he's going to take a swat at the creature with his gilded axe. Ooh,
Whoa!
very nice indeed.
Now we're
So-
talking on gas.
Max damage, right? Plus, what was it?
D4, I believe.
Max
Okay,
64.
so he's doing 12 plus 7, 19.
19. Ouch.
That's his first attack. His second attack, because he's still hasted, right, Arista?
Yes.
Wait! You missed a part. It's not just 12. It's 12 plus. He's got a +5 on his damage as well. I think. No?
Oh, yep,
It's
yep, you're
3d4
100%
plus
right.
5. So there's 5 more on that as well.
Holy shnikes.
The second attack roll is 19. It looks like that hits as well.
That hits, yep.
$13.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Sorek's a beast.
Yes, he is.
Oh, he's hasted. That makes even better.
So as he swings, he sort of splits a huge gash in the creature. Not completely through, but about half of it sort of opens up, and all you really see is just veiny muscle and tissue, connective tissue, all the way through to a center core that looks very much like brain material. There's sort of a dura covering, and it's folded a lot like you might expect a brain. Not that you've seen brains. Characters have seen brains, but because none of you are physicians. But well, maybe you have. Maybe you've gutted, hunted animals in your youth or something. Anyway, and
Maybe.
the creature will sort of fall to the floor, and a brief moment later, the flesh will sort of start to disassemble. All the eye stalks will sort of disconnect and begin to run out of the room, passing by Sorak, Tor. So I will give you a reaction to that, but at the moment what is happening is that flesh is sort of dissolving back towards the floor and even down into the stone of this dais, while these eye stalks are disengaging, jumping off, and beginning to run past you out of the room. So
I
Sorax,
get the
since
feeling that this was not quite the sight to behold that I thought it was.
Okay, so Sora swats at one or more of them as they sort of hustle by.
okay. Okay, so he connects and manages to squash a couple of them. Tor.
Swinging my flail.
Also manages to get 2 more of them. So another 5 are now running towards Baraton.
Okay. If I have time, I'm going to etch quickly an arrest motion rune on the floor where I am, just as they get to me. The arrest motion stops objects in motion or keeps them from moving if already motionless. It has an area of effect of 10 by 10 plus 5 feet per level and lasts 1 round per level. Targets are held exactly as they are when the rune is activated.
And I'm
Both
sorry.
monsters, humans and monsters can be stopped, as can objects that are hurled. Rune must make a successful charisma save for the rune to work.
Okay.
Okay. Well, the caster can cast it on himself, in which case there's no attribute check required. So I can cast it on myself. So I will be held, but so will, and so will possibly be Arista. So I cast it on
What?
myself.
Wait, say again?
Sorry, I'm freezing you in place. The item or person in stasis can be moved by outside influence, or in the case of a living creature, can attempt to move itself by making a successful strength check. CL equal to the level of the rune caster. So that's an extra 4 on the points to
check,
make
yep.
the save.
Okay.
I'm roasted?
You're arrested. You're under arrest.
Yes.
It's for your own good.
And
But
this,
it's my turn.
well,
But you can save. You can save versus, what was it? Strength.
strength check. And to be clear, this is something that you can etch or create in a turn.
In a round. It's
In a round.
Let me just check the casting time of that. Rest motion. Cast time 1, yes.
Okay. All right. So you quickly see these creatures. 5 of them seem to manage to get by Thorak and Tor, and you begin etching on yourself. You're saying?
On myself, so I don't need to make a charisma check for success. And then it
So-
affects everything within a large area around me.
That's the part I'm struggling with. I understand why if you cast it on yourself, you don't need a charisma check.
Yeah, caster can cast on himself. In such case, there is no. Yeah, I guess it's because you're just taking the impact on yourself.
Well, that's the
area
thing.
of effect is. Yeah.
Area of effect. You said. I think it was 10 plus like something per level.
Plus 5 per level, which is another 20, so 30 by 30 feet.
Wow, that's just about the room.
That's everybody, in fact. Everyone. Yeah. Let's hope we're better at saving than they are. If you want, I can make the charisma check anyway.
No. That's what I'm just about to think here. I think what's going to happen is everyone's going to have to make a strength check, and those that, and you, including you. So anybody that's not doesn't make the check is held in place for whatever 4 rounds or something.
It's not too long.
What was the turn
Duration,
length? Duration.
1 round per level, so it will be 4 rounds.
4 rounds. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I will make checks for the little guys. And this is strength checks.
CL4.
22.
Wow, they were rolled high.
Yeah. Only one makes it. Go ahead. What are you gonna say, Jen?
Since it's a free action, maybe you'd like to add an explanation to someone who can't see what's going on.
Stop
Oh,
the
this-
ice!
Thorak makes.
Oof, I fail.
Okay, so I'm going to make a strength check, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
We need one from Tor.
Yep.
You failed.
Fail.
Well, so someone standing outside the room now sees one little eye on two little tiny stalks acting as legs, and it sprinting from the room as fast as it can. And meanwhile, he takes a peek inside the room and he sees 4 adventurers and 4 eye stalks frozen.
Well, Sorak is
Thor
not.
made it. Sorak.
Or
is not
Sorak.
frozen.
Oh, that's right. I am very sorry. Sorak, right. So Sorak will witness the fact that suddenly everything became frozen in time. And Sorak is still hasted, as it turns out, too, right?
Yep.
That's
He
going to
can
last a
even
few more
catch
rounds.
the ice stuff.
So
So
we
he
will.
growls and
What's that?
I got
Sorry, Veritan, you can't be more creative with this. Like, this'll hold all of them.
well, Sorak growls into his beard and then takes off after the thing.
Oh, after the run that's still running?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll let him go ahead and head out of the room. We'll just use this guy temporarily as a stand-in.
Okay. So that's probably, well, he's 40 feet away, but he gets two. I guess his movement
He's-
doubled, so he should be able to get there, or at least in the area.
Yeah.
Is that true, or is he coming
Yeah, no,
short?
it's good. It would have the same movement rate as you, so
Okay.
it double moves. Although you are hasted, so if you want to, that would be two movement actions. You still have 2 more actions as part of your haste.
Yep, he's going to attack.
He's gonna. Okay,
Great
go ahead.
spell. I gotta use it more
Yep.
often.
It is. Well, that sends again another goo spray all over the walls in room
Goo.
14. Little bits of eye juice splatter in a
You've got
270
3
degree
rounds
arc.
to clean up the rest.
Yeah. And then, yeah, is that what he's? I mean, if that's all he wants to do, we'll just assume that it happens because we've got a whole bunch of movement left and only 4 little eye stalks to crush.
Yeah,
That's
he
the intent.
basically wants to eliminate the threat.
Okay. So he hastens back into the room, and I'll let you describe how you want to dispatch 4 little eye stalks.
So basically, he'll just stand on the stock portion of each, one at a time, and then striking the eye off the ends of them.
Off the end, nice. And I'll assume he'll damage it enough that it won't function as an eye anymore.
Okay.
That
Yeah,
might be important.
Yeah, you got 16 points of damage to that thing, so hopefully that'll be enough.
Okay, and then a moment or so later, your 3 fellow adventurers unfreeze,
Oh,
and
God, what
there's
was that?
chunks of eye tissue and vitreous humor all over the place, on the walls, on the floors. There's a
Vartan
bubbling.
slaps Sorak on the back. Well done. You did what I needed you to do there. Huh?
What the ever loving were you thinking? Ugh. Clean off my back.
Vartan goes around trying to see if any of his 3 hours are retrievable.
Get my back.
How many did you hit with?
2.
2. So we'll say those 2 are easily retrieved, and 50-50 on the other one. So roll a d6. 4 or higher, you get it. And it got damaged when it hit the wall.
That's right. Is there a corridor north of where Tor's standing at the moment?
Oh yes, I'm sorry.
I see a little gap in the wall. Ah, okay, not a big corridor there.
You see here nothing but bones. I mean, there's not
Which
even
is odd,
any.
because those folks didn't have mouths.
Yeah.
But you were saying there's bones.
Bones, and there's not even any bristle or anything. I mean, the bones look somewhat fresh. They don't look like they're fossilized or anything. But they've been picked meticulously clean.
Is it apparent whether they're humanoids, humans, or animals?
These are humanoid.
Ew.
Okay.
I'd ask
So,
the question, but I can't see it, so.
well, Tor will move in cautiously, hopefully anticipating another attack. But they'll move in cautiously, basically looking about to see if there's anything of interest or note. Kicking the bones around with his feet, that kind of thing.
Right.
Shifting it.
Yeah, there's nothing here but bits of bone. On the altar is essentially covered, entire surface covered in sort of quivering, melting, flesh-like material.
All right. So since Sorak has approached it, he'd like to see if there's anything about this altar that he recognizes, the iconography, the structure, anything like that. I'd like to make a religion check.
Yep. So give me a wisdom.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing immediately recognizable.
Okay. Tor's going to do the same thing once he finishes with that little ossuary.
Mm-hmm.
Also, does the corridor here go north-south anywhere?
Which corridor? Oh, yes, it does. I'm sorry, I should open. It does not. It's a chamber. Most of it is hewn, so made by some creature.
Vartan's going to be inspecting the dais and everything around it, looking for any signs of runes, markings, writings, anything that means anything to him.
No, he will find symbols similar to the ones you saw on the walls back in 7 and other parts of this cavern area. Tor, by the way, does not recognize neither the symbols nor the makeup of this place. I mean, it should be obvious. It seems to be some sort of ritualistic sort of dais. The 3 columns in this area are slightly more ornate than the 8 in the other area. And he probably wouldn't recognize it since it's covered in flesh goo. But there is the symbol of the symbol of the eye on the. If you were to uncover the flesh goo, scrape it away, you might notice the eye engraving.
You might flush the flesh.
Exactly, flush the flesh, floss the flesh. Going back to 15, did I know you attempted to open the chest. Were you actually successful in opening the chest? Well, I could probably tell by your party sheet.
And
I
I
think
remember asking you if whenever the trap went off, if the chest actually opened as a result, or if it just went off when we fumbled with the mechanism.
Yes, as a matter of fact, one of the items, an unidentified mace, you had carefully placed in bag, along with a silver necklace. I don't think the silver necklace was necessarily in there, but you have a couple of items that you have carefully placed in a bag without touching, but one of them was from that chest.
Yeah, you could say that this party has become overly cautious about items after the incident from a year or so ago.
Yep. No, I don't blame you. It's a little precaution, a little bit of ounce of prevention, pound of cure, something like that.
Yeah, makes your job a lot easier too, right?
Makes it less fun.
Yeah, right.
So basically, looking at the map, then, if we are to assume that there is nothing beyond this room, then the next area would be like in 13, that lower left hand, or excuse me, lower right hand door there.
yeah. I'm just going to sift through the bones. Farton's going to just check if there's anything in the ossuary here.
Yeah, he will find nothing. Just meticulously cleaned bones.
Dry bones.
You got it.
Okay, yeah. So back to room 13 then.
Yeah, so we done in here
It appears nothing else of interest.
then? I
Yes, Arsta. Yes.
I'm not sure if I want to penalize the behavior or something. every pun gets a -2 on the next attack. I don't know.
hey, I'm engaging with the game that you're giving us, man.
Yeah, well, okay. For certain definitions of engage.
That seems pretty rough.
Oh god. I should have known what you guys would do with this. Bring in the eye and suddenly it's all fun and games.
Oh, that was fun. It is a game. Wait, why are you complaining?
I'm not.
So I don't recollect if we tested this door. Are we aware of whether it's locked or anything?
It will not be locked. It will be shut with a handle of some sort. But
okay, then I will gently interpose myself in front of Arista there, and basically I will cautiously open the door.
I'll step out of his way.
Farton will draw his bow, pointing at the door. Anything nefarious going through will get shot.
okay. And as you open the door, you notice a large, we'll say, wading pool in the room. Get a smell
One
of.
thing we're nervous about than items, it's pools.
There's a sort of a smell of strong body odor emanating from the
From
pool.
Sorak?
Well, besides Sorak. I'll assume he's walking. And you'll notice some cloths sort of laying around the room. And the water seems murky.
Welcome to the bathroom, the washroom,
Yeah.
the shower.
Yeah, given its proximity to the quote bedroom there, I guess, yeah, that would make sense.
Indoor plumbing?
Nice to meet some creatures that are actually hygienic, but unfortunately they're all slaughtered now. So, oh
I
well.
think you might have. I don't know that I'd call them hygienic.
Move around the room, Sorak and Tor, just making sure there's nothing of interest left on the sides or anything like that. If it just appears to be a bathroom.
Yeah, there are certainly more, signs that it was probably used as some sort of washing area. A couple of very old, holy bits of cloth, loincloth, that sort of thing, tossed in a corner. And
All right, not
nothing
going to look
else.
at that too close. I'm not looking at the loincloth too closely, just in case. And we'll move to the western door there, going into. Well, I guess we can move through that. We've already done.
Yeah. Let's see. What did we find in this? Okay, I'm sorry. He's up to that door and he's making like a listen check, checking the door.
Yeah. He will. Yeah.
Well, he won't notice any lock on the door, and as far as a listen, he will hear absolute stillness.
Okay. And he will cautiously open that door and peek into the space beyond.
Okay. And he will notice they sort of looks like the room curves to the right, and with me a second. I'm trying to roll the view. Okay, and let's see. There's a door to Sorak's right and a door straight ahead.
Okay, well, Sorak's going to move into here, and Tor will fill behind him. He's going to take his helmet off for a moment and make a listen check on that door to the south.
Mm-hmm. And he hears nothing.
Okay.
He's not still deaf, is he?
No, that was Tor doing that.
All right.
But yeah, it's a good question.
Yeah. No, by now that's worn off. And nothing on the nothing on that door either.
Okay. Tor then will check the status of this door to the south. Does it appear to be locked? Is there a handle?
It is locked. And I recall someone got a key at some point.
Yeah. And we found some keys.
Where did the key?
Yeah, we've used them a couple times already. I think we used them on that chest, didn't we?
No, they wouldn't have worked with the chest.
Okay.
But I'm fairly sure that you recovered the keys that unlock most of the doors in this area, and that key will fit this lock.
You say it will fit?
Yes.
Okay.
And you heard nothing behind it.
Nice.
All right. Well, then Torek will take a step back and cover the door, and then Tor will unlock the door and cautiously open it.
And as he steps in, he'll notice a number of tools and some weapons laying on several tables, just as you see here. And there'll be weapon racks that'll be empty against the northern wall.
Doesn't someone have detect magic and they can maybe check all of this out?
Yeah, I do.
Awesome sauce.
I'll cast that spell and sort of focus around the room, and then look in different directions as well.
Okay. Second. Nothing will detect as magic.
I look back at Baraton and shake my head.
Shame.
We'll move in and take a closer look at the equipment and tools and weapons, etc. I think you said the weapon racks were empty.
Yeah, weapon racks are empty. Although you will notice a few like swords, a couple axes, and then other tools that appear like they are used for digging or stonework, masonry, that sort of thing.
Okay. So are the weapons in decent condition? Or are they rusted and pitted or something?
They're not in the best of conditions. There's a little bit of rust, not too terrible. They could probably be cleaned up, but there's nothing particularly fancy about these. So might fetch some silver back if you were to bundle it up between the swords, the axes, the other tools.
Yeah, I'm not personally enthusiastic about that. Anybody else want to do that?
No.
Seems like such a low return on our investment.
Yeah, I mean you've got several plat and gold sitting somewhat unprotected, semi guarded in a
Those
place.
The paranoia alarm.
In a place that's
Did you-
many hours horse ride from here.
Did you see my message last time, by the way?
I
The
did.
room that I'm actively looking for.
Yeah, no doubt. No, I know you're actively looking. To step back for a second, there's almost zero chance you would find it here, but not to say it's impossible.
Just know if you saw the message.
Yeah, no, I saw it. Something to maybe look forward to in a session or two. Which, by the way, my plan, my hope is that once we, there's only a few rooms here left, and well, take it back. You avoided a couple of things, but there are only a couple rooms in this section. I thought hopefully we would have a few minutes we could talk about leveling. So maybe finish up with that at the end of this session.
Cool.
But anyway, back to the thing. Yeah, so mundane items in this room. I shouldn't say mundane. Standard weapons, nothing detecting magic.
So the nature of these tools in here, digging, that kind of stuff, those kinds of tools, or some sort of.
No, more for like mining, stonework.
Yeah.
You'll find chisels and hammers and things of that nature. Definitely things for working with stone.
Well, Sorak will move around the room, picking up a chisel here, touching a pickaxe there, all with a wistful look on his face, and then move back out.
Reminds him of his toys in his childhood, does it?
It does. His toy box at home.
Oh, our darling baby dwarf. It's his first chisel. His first baby chisel. Look, Thorn, Oakenshield, look how he naturally takes it to that wall and starts carving with it.
I'm gonna treat this door to the west the same way. Listen, check if we haven't made one already, and then try to open it with the key if necessary.
No, you would. Thor had actually already listened and didn't hear anything.
Okay.
Also locked. Same key works.
Okay.
It opens into what might be a storeroom. I mean, there's dust on some of the floor, except for some along the northern wall and in the corners. It looks like there's a little less dust, so perhaps something was here at a time, but currently empty.
So I'll sort of whisper, a brief description of the room back to Sorak, and he'll pass it back to Veritas.
Who passed it back to Arista?
Empty room, dusty, possible store.
Nothing in there. Dusty.
Moving along with the sort of more recent tracks, etc., not crossing the more dusty portion of the room.
Mm-hmm.
Going to move across the room to the other door.
Okay. Floor is lava. The dust is lava.
Vartan follows the lead and whispers back to Arista to do the same.
Yeah, it looks like Arista had stepped out for a moment for a bio break, but just so you
Quick
know,
character notes.
the dust on the floor is lava, Arista. You have to go around the edge of the room. The other door, a listen check.
I came in just in time to hear Tor saying he didn't want to disturb the dust on the floor. So
Okay. Tor listens to the door, hears nothing.
Okay. If the door appears locked, then he'll use the key on it. Otherwise, he'll just open.
Mm-hmm. It is also, it does have a keyhole. The key does work on this door. And as he opens it, you find a room with barrels, and you are immediately hit with a smell of sort of rotting flesh, although there's a slight sweetness to it. It is almost, but not quite, gut-wrenchingly overwhelming.
Okay. With my enhanced sense of smell, am I able to discern anything more specific about it?
Give me a wisdom check.
Okay.
Yeah, no, nothing seems quite familiar about this. I mean, other than you would almost think it was rotting corpses, aside from that slight sweetness.
Okay. Well, I'm going to step back a bit from the door and discuss that with Sorak. And well, since Veritas right there, I might as well just step right there and discuss what I see. Looking back over my shoulder periodically just to make sure nothing's coming out, but just filling them in on what I see in the room.
I think we should leave these barrels alone. Can't be anything good in there.
There is another door down in the south end. We'll just pass through the room and not worry about the barrel.
Yeah, that's my thinking. Arista, what do you think? You want to open up some barrels of stinking flesh? I guess that's a no.
Did I note whether
I'm
the barrels?
talking to myself. I'm muted. I was agreeing.
Okay. Did I note whether any of the barrels were labeled or marked in any fashion?
No, if he takes a moment to take a closer look, even from the doorway, the barrels look like normal, aging barrels. They have they're look like they're made from oak or something with steel. They look pretty well made considering the level of craftsmanship in the rest of this area. Um, and there are small stains, dark burgundy stains occasionally on some of the barrels, but there are no markings, no writings, at least from that glance from the doorway.
Okay. I'll move in a little cautiously, and then Sorak as well. Given his affinity for spirits, seems like he probably recognized those as aging barrels. The burgundy stains. Anything unusual about that, or is that typical for part of the aging process?
Yeah, I mean, winemaking might produce. They might be mistaken for winemaking barrels. So, it is Sorak also seems to he tries to recollect or see if he remembers anything familiar about the barrels, and he also does not noticing anything out of the place, marking these as
Okay.
anything but winemaking barrels.
All right. Then keeping a skeptical eye on this cluster of barrels here to my right, I'm going to, again, do the normal process, try to listen at this door here to the south, and if it's locked, I'll unlock it.
And you will find it opens into a room, and the room is generally empty except for a pile in the corner that looks oddly like perhaps a pile
of which corner would you say?
this corner down the bottom left. I should probably put something there to.
So a pile of teeth, as in multiple teeth having been pulled from various mouths, all discarded in one corner.
Yeah,
Yes?
certainly there could be hundreds of teeth there. Certainly more than one person or one humanoid's teeth. The pile is roughly 2 foot around, maybe 6 inches high.
I think we found the Tooth Fairy's home.
Mm-hmm. So other than the pile of teeth, nothing else in the room. At least nothing else visible.
If she's here, we can squeeze a silver coin out of her. That's what she always used to leave me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be. Sorak, from this position here, is going to pause for a moment and sort of open his consciousness a little bit and try to detect evil in this immediate area.
Okay, and he will detect nothing nearby.
Okay, so he shakes his head to no one in particular and kind of moves in. And just conduct a brief check of the general portion of the room, and then I guess move up to this pile of teeth and see if a closer examination reveals anything additional.
Yep, it just looks like teeth. They are actually pretty clean. You don't see any flesh or anything attached to them, so you're really looking at just dried teeth. So it seems as if there were either I mean, it's just the dried teeth. Some do look fresher than others. In fact, a few of the teeth look like they could have been pulled or may have been removed from their owner moments ago, days ago, and some of the teeth do look older.
Do you recollect any of the skulls in that small ossuary we were looking at before, with missing teeth?
No, as you think about it, there were no teeth in that ossuary.
Okay, so okay, got it.
So yeah, you could reasonably assume that that there's probably about as much teeth here from a full, if assuming that all the humanoid creatures in that ossuary had full sets of teeth. Roughly speaking, they might match.
So I'm going to move back to
So-
here, and I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
But why do they want to separate the teeth? Maybe they get stuck in the maw of the creatures they feed them to, or something. It's a very strange thing to remove.
It does seem strange, given that it's a fair distance away as well. You think of any kind of arcane function, or looking over at Sorak, anything divine that might require teeth, or might sort of exemplify this kind of activity? It's awesome. The teeth being removed, etc.
Yeah, so Baratan's going to have a good think about that. If he's ever read or studied anything that involved separating the teeth for
I
any
need it.
specific purpose.
Yeah, actually, Arista seems to
Arista
be.
has a question, but go ahead.
Well, no, ask your question first.
Oh, I want to think about this. They're telling me. So I imagine that Arista just tags along behind the group, just kind of looking over her shoulder, making sure nothing's following us. But she's also back there just kind of practicing spells, trying to get better at them, right? So she's like saying the magic words and stuff, mumbling them under her breath and trying to memorize stuff. That's
And accidentally
how she
fireballs the
tags
party
along.
in front of her.
Slowly draining her mana points.
No, she's practicing the words, not casting the spells.
I'm glad you said that. I'm
so
going to
she's back
keep
there
that in
and-
mind. You're back there muttering arcane words. Okay, good to know.
Yes.
Take that
Yeah.
going forward. Go ahead.
Trying to memorize things. Like she's not wasting. I mean, all she's really seeing most of the time is the back of Varatan's head. So unless somebody tells her what's going on up there, right?
Lingering at the back has served her well in the past as the lone survivor of the
it has.
original group.
It has. Yes. But she hears teeth. And she's thinking, all right, eyes, teeth. And she's trying to figure out are these associated in some way? I have no idea if they are, but she's contemplating this. Go ahead, Mark. You were gonna explain something, I think. And
Well, it's funny you say that, because out of the four of you, you actually recall reading once about certain practices in primitive cultures where they would extract teeth prior to some sort of sacrifice as some sort of a purification ritual to purify the sacrifice.
Uh-huh.
So it was often done days before the I shouldn't say days, a day or so, many hours before the actual sacrifice, the way to increase the fear and pain and suffering of the sacrificial victim.
And it would change the flavor and taste of the victim to the thing that it's fed to.
If it were going to be fed to something, yes.
Yes, because
They wouldn't have
Chemical
little
makeup.
teeth to pick on. It'd be like little bones in fish.
It's like
well,
the
but not
crunchy
only
bits.
that, but like the fear that it strikes into the meat causes chemical changes, right?
There you go. There you go.
Makes
It
it
raises
taste better.
adrenaline levels. Yep, cortisol.
Yeah.
I see someone's
I
been
have
watching
no
their
idea.
X-Files.
I was talking about my butt. Yeah. But see, this seems so mundane and obvious to me. I'm not going to say it to the other guys unless they ask.
Well,
Well,
for the
I,
record, it does occur to her. So,
well, I was asking that question. I was asking that question of everybody right there. So I did ask.
Okay. Well, in that case, what do you mean? Why would they take out the teeth? Why wouldn't they take out the teeth? Isn't it obvious?
No, perhaps you can elaborate.
Do you prefer your soup with teeth in it?
I look at the other two. I'm still confused.
Croutons.
nice.
Oh. Okay. Well, I think that answers it.
Do you mean that the meal is disassembled before serving?
Isn't yours?
Well,
He is an orc.
my mission is to sort of break down stereotypes. So we're not going to talk about that a whole lot right now.
Yes, typically meat is butchered before it's served.
So
You
it's
just don't typically think of yourself as the meat.
so it's interesting to me then that the teeth have been removed to such a distance from the actual skeletons of the victims, which you would assume were relatively close to the point or to the spot where they were sacrificed.
Yes, that is interesting. Then again, the feet and beak and head of a chicken are usually separated from the legs and the breast.
Okay, so Mark, this additional information regarding the sort of preparation of the sacrifices, etc., is that enough to prompt another religion roll, perhaps?
No. This is
Okay.
you've never heard of. Yeah. Sorry, no.
Well, it appears like this is a dead end. Um,
Oh, there's no more doors up there?
No more doors here.
Nothing visible.
Okay.
So I guess we cleared this place out.
We've got that one set of double doors just between 3 and 6, the north side.
Yeah. There was something nasty there, if I remember. Well remembered. We'll let them quietly starve to death.
So the position is that we're not going to go to those double doors. Is that correct?
We can. It's some animalistic beast behind there, if I remember correctly. If you want to take it on, I'm happy to assist.
Well, I'm always interested in purging negative influences from areas around human development, but my current ability to commune with Tuvos is reduced to about a third of its normal capacity. So were we
I
to
think
engage
that
with something?
should be plenty. Hey, Sorak, what do you think? To chop some beasties.
So did Sorak determine, did he detect any evil, or did he try before at those double doors?
He did, and he did detect evil in that direction.
Then he sort of looks at Veritan, shakes his head a little bit, sort of ironically chuckles and said, "Of course. What took you so long?"
So let's go get the beasties.
I'm waiting for Vartan to go ahead of me. I don't know where to go unless I'm seeing the back of his head.
He's going to park himself right in the corner here to try and get a sight through the door without being in the direct line of fire, so to speak. He's drawing a black-fletched arrow and just waiting for the door to be opened to take a shot at whoever's there. We're going to try. No, there's no point trying to be quiet once you put a key in the latch or make enough noise for whatever it is.
You hear her mumbling, pyro, pyro, py, pyro, pyro, py,
They all look back at her. What?
Just spit it out, woman.
So Tor is going to, if the door is locked, Tor is going to unlock it with that key, or we're going to try at least, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, it is locked. The key does not seem to.
Unfortunate.
Now the doors are wooden, so it seems as though you could.
Pyro.
So would the doors open away from us or towards us?
They open inward.
Inward to the room, away from us, yes?
Yes.
I see. Okay. Well, I look back at Veriton and Arista and sort of shrug my shoulders, showing that the key does not work.
I look over at Sorak. Does nod.
I'm going to stare at him with really big eyes and my hands off to the side like, what are you waiting for?
I look back with a look that clearly conveys the sense of I was sure you were going to try to cast a fireball, and then Sorak is going to. Could both of us try to work on these doors, blast them open, Mark?
You could, yes, if you give both. Why don't both of you make a strength check?
Okay.
Arista holds up 12 fingers and then mimes sleep to Tor.
Thorak just kind of half-asses it a little bit.
I did
And
too.
Tor watching him just kind of maybe chuckles out, breaks out laughing. That's all you got, dwarf?
Yeah. Let's try that again. I was distracted by Arista.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at charades. Can we try it again or
Yeah, no, I'll let you have one more check with just kind of brute forcing it, and then after that you'll either have to have some sort of penalty to that check, or you'll have to try another method.
It
Yeah.
wanted to be a 19.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Yeah,
So
I think
I take my pack off my back and I put it on the floor and I start sifting through it. Go ahead, Mark.
no. Sifting through it. What else are you going to do?
It'll take me a minute or two, but I pull out my flint and steel, my little tinderbox,
Well, that would be a way. They are wooden doors.
and I offer it up to them.
So
Don't you have something magical? I whisper.
So tired. You
Ah,
want the door, or do you want to go faster?
No,
We've got some oil. I guess we can oil down the door as well. And that's a creative way of getting rid of a door, I suppose.
Not everything has to have a magic answer. First
Let's
rule of
see,
magic school.
Can we take the clothing of the creatures we found and any bedding from the beds and everything, just pile up against the door, soak it all with oil, and then just burn it?
you could certainly do that.
Oh, goodness
Okay.
gracious.
let's try that.
I wish I could conjure a fan.
Having a habit of burning out these caves. Once we
Yeah.
light it, I suggest we leave the cave because it's going to
Yeah.
Whatever's in there can burn to the ground. And we're casually stroll out of here. Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, these aren't these like beds, like just like little pallet things.
Yeah, no, they would
Yeah,
be...
we can stack
Yeah,
all of that
the
up
whole
against the
thing's
door as
just
well.
gonna
Just
go up.
giant bonfire leaning against the door, and then just light it and leave.
Oh, goodness gracious. All right.
Thank you, Arista, for this very creative opportunity. Oh, is that a carpet in room 2? We can certainly add that. Is this a carpet here?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll roll up nicely as part of the flames as well.
Doesn't look
Why?
valuable.
Oh my gosh.
Well, a big a bonfire as possible outside that door.
Okay.
You know what? Oh, okay.
Oh, go ahead. Finish your thought.
Well, I was thinking we could maybe douse the door between rooms 1 and 3 with water. Maybe, just fill everything with water. You know what? No. It's okay.
Well, I guess the
Go ahead and
floors
burn
and
down the
everything are
door.
made of stone anyway, so it's not gonna spread the fire. And all the pallets from 3 were piling up onto the bonfire.
Okay, so
Exactly.
so here's what we'll do. You burn down the door, and then when the door is able to get through, I will cast anti-fireball.
Anti-fireball.
Yes, to put out the fire.
Why put it out? We can just wait for whatever's in there to scream in anguish and die of smoke inhalation, and then come back later when all the commotion's died down.
You have no idea what's on the other side that's going to get caught up in flames. What if it's valuable?
What if it's the merchant we're looking for?
What if exactly? What if it's a stash of valuable arrows?
According to Sorak, it was very evil and growling a lot, and I'd quite like to see whatever it is not be our problem.
Right. So I'm going to be on standby for anti-fireball if necessary.
Okay.
I'm sorry, we're looking at the door that's heading to the north in the room that presumably is 4.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Just making sure.
So that's what we're doing, Mark. We're pouring oil on the door, stacking a couple of the pallets there against
all the pallets, the carpet, any loose clothing, some pallets from room 13. As big a bonfire outside that door as possible.
I once knew an adventuring party that took a risk that was just not necessary.
You died of smoke inhalation.
Well, what's the worst that's going to happen? Whatever creature's in there decides to run through the fire and come out the front door, where we'll all be waiting to kill it anyway.
Okay.
And there's no risk to us,
Okay.
What way is the wind blowing?
Oh,
Doesn't
I don't
matter.
know. Roll 1d4. 1 is north. So it's blowing to the east.
Okay. To the east, from the west.
It's quite impressive in this valley.
Who put that up?
Ooh, graphics. $3D graphics.
Yay.
Oh, goodness.
Look, if we're an adventuring party that's not burning stuff, then we're not doing things properly.
All right, so after a while, your fire begins to take shape, gains in strength, and smoke begins to fill the caverns, or at least this set of caverns, filling all the open rooms. I'm not sure which doors you shut, but certainly many of the rooms will will eventually fill with smoke. Smoke starts billowing out the front, and due to how well and robustly you built the fire, or built the fuel for the fire, it burns for a while. So yes, you could stand back from the cave entrance enough to not have the smoke affect you too much. Are you going to simply wait for the fire to go out, or?
Pulling out the marshmallows, man.
All right. It's probably going to take several hours for the fire to burn.
Nothing comes out.
Nothing comes out but smoke.
So after about 20 minutes, I'll ask the guys, you want me to put it out now?
Is it possible that one of us could go in, maybe holding our breath and check on the progress of the fire before we answer that question?
Yeah, we can wet a cloth, tie around our face, and someone with night vision could go in, I guess.
Yeah, so you've got three things to deal with. You've got the smoke, which is obviously an inhalation risk. You've got the thickness of the smoke, which makes it hard to see, and then you've got the heat of the fire. It has nowhere to go but spread outward along with the smoke. So you could do it, but if you really want to go in and inspect close to that room, you'll have to make a con check or suffer some, at least temporary, health effects.
Okay. Well, I think in actuality, Sorak is probably a little bit better in line for that job, but since it possibly may end up with its character getting killed, I am going to do that. Tor will go in. He'll put the.
You're not going to
Aw.
do. Oh, come on.
Charles
No,
would be so
no.
glad that you kept Sorak alive.
No, he would be pissed if I got his character killed. No, so I'm not going to do that. I'll just Tor will do it.
All right.
We can tie a rope around you, and you just tug on it twice at regular intervals. And if you stop tugging, we'll come in and try and drag you out.
Dead man switch, like it. All right, so that's the plan. Tie a rope on me. I tug every 10 seconds or whatever, and then I've got a wet cloth about my face. I'm just going to check the status of the blade.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming you're only about 30 minutes in. It looks like the fire would burn for at least 6 hours. Probably take maybe twice that to clear out completely from the smoke. But he managed to kind of stumble in, and the fire has definitely impacted the doors. The doors are no longer there. How far do you want to push in? All the way to the edge of where you want to push all the way into and standing in front of the doors?
Yeah, just right there in that short hallway between room 3 and those doors.
Well, give me two things. Give me a con check to see how much the smoke is going to affect you in the fire. Boy, and that is prime. Okay. And give me we'll say a wisdom check to see how far into the room you can see with all this. Not that far. So say you can see about that much or more. Hard to see. You would guess. I'll show you this. This would be the back of the room. So the room is looks like it curves to the right, and it's about 10 or 12 feet wide. The width of the room as it curves to the right is about another 10 feet.
Okay, then if I'm able to, I will make my way back out of the cave and communicate that to my companion.
Okay. You Okay, so you make it out. A little bit of coughing and sputtering, and your eyes are tearing up from all the smoke, ash, and whatnot. But and I should note too that the fire extended into the room just a little bit, where the doors had kind of fallen apart and fallen over, but there was nothing moving.
Okay. So it appears that the doors have been consumed, and we could, if we wished, exterminate the fire now and move on in once the smoke cleared out.
Should we leave it just half an hour to be sure? Half an hour more. If there's anything in there, I want to make sure it's smoked, well and truly smoked, before we go in. Saves us a lot of trouble. Sorak, do you detect anything? Ah, yeah, Sorak didn't go in. Otherwise, you could have asked him if he detected anything evil still that way.
So we're not worried about finding the merchant alive, right?
I don't think he'll be through there.
Yeah,
I hope.
it's
Just say, could be. You know what? Even if it is the merchant, then he's an evil merchant and he shouldn't live. That's what we're going with, right?
Right.
that's if the evil you detected wasn't the evil emanating from.
Right.
But that would have been a long shot. I think Sorak would have felt it was closer. Okay, so you're gonna wait another half hour. The fires will probably die out by then, but it will continue to smolder for several more hours. Smoke will be probably as thick as it's ever going to get at this. Like I said, you're going to have to wait several hours if you really want to wait for this thing to get completely smoke free.
Arista, you don't have anything like gust of wind or anything, do you? Ask Arista if there's any magic she has that can clear out the smoke from the cave.
No. Oh, wait. We've done this before.
Yes.
We used bramble burrows as a way to make a chimney.
Ah, yeah.
Do we want to do that now?
Yes.
After the
We
smoke
wanted
is
the
completely
smoke there.
What's that?
after the smoke is completely dispersed throughout the cave,
Yeah, right.
instead of funneling upward out of the chimney.
Yeah.
It might give you some benefit, but I don't think it would give you the same benefit that it did.
Well, it can put an airflow through the cave, whereas at the moment, with only one entrance, there's no real airflow. So if we can put the bramble
Burrow.
chimney, bramble burrow somewhere around room 6, then that will at least make airflow between the entrance and the surface, so that there's a steady stream of air.
Okay.
Otherwise, there's nothing.
Is someone coming with me? I'm a skier.
I'll go.
I suggest Sorak, because he's the best at navigating around caves and things, and we'll hopefully have the best chance of
Good idea.
finding the. That's not Sorak.
That's
me.
not a
Leave
town.
me alone.
Sorry.
I didn't know I could pull. Surprised by that.
Okay.
Move it
So-
everywhere.
Point to me somewhere where we're above cave 6, Sorak. You know, the cave with the giant 6 in the middle of the floor.
Does he need to make a roll for that or anything?
I would think not. I think he's gonna have natural ability to just kind of do dead reckoning on that. I'm actually more concerned about the bramble burrow, because I seem to recall that it's sort of random, and it requires that there be like bramble at the other end, and which there's certainly not in 6 or any of these caves. They're all stone.
Yeah, from last time we went from inside to out.
Yeah.
So the spell reads that it digs a burrow under bramble or other undergrowth. Would that qualify?
Yeah, but
So the source must be a bramble then, not the destination.
Yeah, does it? I thought it's that the destination had to be a bramble, but maybe it is the source.
Let's see. The spell digs a burrow under bramble or other undergrowth, and despite the bareness, it is a safe and warm refuge. The entrance is privy only to the caster's eyes, but the
Exit
king
must
guide.
be hidden by vegetation.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
is there a spot up there?
So I crawl into cave 6 and shoot it up?
Well, no, you can't get to cave 6 because that's over the fire or over
Yeah.
the embers,
All right,
yeah, it would
sorry
be pretty
guys.
risky.
Out of it too late.
and super risky. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at my runes. There's nothing too much I can use in this case. I could rune us past the embers into room 4, but then that would be a very bad idea.
I could make a suggestion. You're in, although you're in a general, this is sort of a valley. There are trees and such around that you could find cover. I believe it is later in the day. I have not had a long rest in it.
Oh, a long rest would be nice.
Well, we did, didn't we? We camped out in room 5, and then we
Did
finished
you?
clearing these caves. Yeah.
Okay, take it back. I'm just saying you could also just wait out the fire. It'll be another
Yeah.
5.5 hours for it to kind of.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was what I'm trying to avoid. I don't want to just wait it out, but yeah, we can camp out here. But then there's probably a lot of toing and froing. I see we're on a path from Cave P to the east, so we might want to be very careful about camping out here. So who knows what the traffic here at night is like, or even during the day. We've already seen an ambushed one car. Hmm.
Mhm.
What do we think? Well, if it's so smoky and we know how long it is before it's going to be clear, we could even start working on another cavern and come back here in
Yeah,
about 6
I like
hours.
that one.
Yeah.
But, but, but,
But
how are we going to know if we're in another cavern if anything crawls out of this one?
I can put a rune on the ground, I guess. What can I afford to get rid of? Get rid of my rock that performs lure when I throw it, and then put another watchful eye linked with chains of Tigrel at the entrance of Cave L,
Okay.
similar to what we have near our thing.
Okay.
Do you want to do that? Okay.
Good.
Yeah, you were saying, Tor?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay, so from what I'm hearing, you're going to be casting some runes, probably exploring another cave, pass the time. More mayhem somewhere else while you wait for this mayhem to settle.
Maybe M. We're right close to that.
That's what I was thinking. Cave M.
Just move up slope a little bit and take on that for now.
Yep.
I got to zoom out to find M.
In between rooms 8 and 9 are the caverns that we just explored.
Oh, okay. It's above, so we could look down, right?
But I can't get to I can't get to Cave M. The game won't let me put my token there.
Oh my goodness. All right.
If you just clear a little space between room M8 and M, then we can get there. Thank you. Yay, there we go.
Ta-da!
Wow, what
Okay.
happened to Tor's character token? Is it me or is it tiny?
Yeah, I feel like it's shrinking all the time. Like he's got some sort of curse on him. Maybe he's carrying something. He's carrying the bag that you so carefully didn't touch the tool
Tor,
in.
you feeling all right there, little chap?
Wait a minute, my armor's not fitting correctly anymore. What's going on here? I don't know what's going on.
All right. One thing I should point out, and then we'll have to end it, I think, there because we have a few minutes left, and I'll talk real quick about leveling. So, you'll notice that the entrance to this cave is unusually larger than the other entrances, whereas the others were, 10, 12 feet tall. This one's closer to 20.
Oh,
Just thing of note. I don't
like
know if that influences your.
naturally large or unnaturally large?
No, the cave entrance is fairly natural. Although as you peer in, it does look like some of it has been reworked by hand. But I'm just saying the entrance is 20 feet high and roughly the same wide. Go ahead.
Because is
Looking
the
around
corridor
before we-
inside still only 5 feet like it looks on the map, or is the corridor
No,
actually
no,
wider?
it's uh
Is it just high, or is it really wide? And
no, I would say it's high. It's maybe not as wide. So closer to 7 or 8 feet wide, but definitely taller. It's the tallest one you've been in. Let's just leave it at that.
So before we go in, then just looking around, looking for any correspondingly large footprints that might signify, a larger creature going into a larger cave, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll spend some time doing that, I guess, next time. Remember.
Yeah. Nope. As you approach, you don't notice anything, even though you may be inspecting carefully.
Okay.
All right. On that note, we'll pause that, and let's see. Party. Where?
I'll be back in just 30. Well, about 1 minute. Okay.
Okay.
Let's step out 1 minute.
Oh, I'm looking for. Boy, Varaton. The 18,000 for. I'm doing some math here. I realized there was so much disparity between the last
Yeah.
leveling.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm not at 4 yet.
No, and I think you should be at 4 by now. Everyone should be at least at 4. I think the question is, because I know Paladin, it's a slower progression. 4 already crossed. Yeah, 18. So you're at the same.
And what's crazy is I outlived a bunch of other characters.
Yeah, right.
So I started ahead of you guys, but not by much.
But Tor just because it was when he went from 3 to 4 that he converted by night. All right.
Yeah.
So let's do this. Let's just do 2,000 XP apiece.
Yay!
I can do that. So give me a. Part of that is because I haven't given out XP in a bit, so I'm not actually jumping too far ahead. Oh, and count.
I'm back. Did I miss anything?
Nope. And we'll
Oh,
actually
she's
make
giving
it
out
25. Why did it not award? There it goes. Okay, so
Ooh.
it was basically just a big bump, enough to push Arista and Sorak over the threshold to 4.
Cool.
And then yeah. And I'm throwing out the notion that perhaps there are other ways to level besides just pure XP, unless you guys feel strongly about that. Ooh, 20,000. Completing certain quests.
Yeah, well, then that can be tied to XP boosts. I prefer it to be XP based because then it doesn't break the
Mechanic.
the different leveling.
How are you
trees.
kidding me?
But,
Sorry.
What happened?
Your hit points.
With the Constitution.
Yeah, so if we do complete a quest or something, sure, give us a big XP boost to help us on the way to leveling, but
Yeah.
I prefer it to be kept on the XP system itself.
Just so you know, Tor, this is the 3rd time in a row that I've rolled a 1 for my Constitution. Or I'm
You
sorry,
need to
for
change
my.
your dice.
What's that?
You need to change your dice. Throw those dice away.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right.
That's what we used to do in the old days, right? So need a new dice.
What I was trying to do yesterday. Man, that was terrible.
I'm sure you already know this. I mean, wizards become kind of squishy until I don't know 6th, 7th level, and then they don't even
We
need
are
fighters.
gods.
Yeah, they don't
And
even
then they
need
get
fighters.
squished.
Yeah, right. But then they become notorious enough that competing factions put on bounties, and they're constantly watching their backs.
Yes. Then they're dangerous enough to be specifically targeted by anything that sees them.
Okay, well, so that was XP. That was XP. I'll be honest, I hadn't looked close enough at Varaton. I didn't realize that there's such a gap there yet. So, but I mean, it's like I said, this
That's
was
the way it works.
yeah. I hadn't given out XP. I know at least 3-4 sessions at least. All right, so let's put it there, and then. Oh, did someone update Thorax?
I did, yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, he's got a ways to go.
Now I
Yeah,
read
it's the
about
gap between level 4 and level 5. I think it's quite significant for all classes.
yeah.
Yeah, I have more than 8,000 to go before I get another level now.
Only 8,000 between levels. That's not too bad.
No. There's more than 8,000 between levels. I have more than 8,000 to go,
Aha, okay. I
despite
have
having just
6,000.
received 2,000.
Yeah, but I was already on my level, and I still had 6,000 to go, even after receiving the extra XP. So
Okay. So I think on that note, we'll call it a day, and then pick up with at L in the hall, but it's still narrow passageway too.
M?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it M? Yeah, you're right. You just cleared L.
Oh, yeah, M.
Yep.
Well, L's the one that we're waiting on.
You're waiting for the smoke to clear from your last
Right.
raising.
Yes.
Cool. Very good session, man. Thanks
Yeah.
for running.
Thanks for
Yeah.
being there.
cool. Thanks.
Thank you.
Catch you guys later.
Be cool,
right.
and I'll speak to you all next time. Have a good one.
Yep.
Oh,
See you next
real
time.
quick. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Are we going to be able to play next time, Mark?
As far as I know, I mean our holidays thing is the day after, right? Monday.
Yeah, but at 3:00 we have vigil.
Ooh, that's right.
And next time is the 18th. So the 25th and the 1st, those are both holidays. Are we? The 18th is not? Yes?
It is for us, unfortunately for church.
for you.
Well,
Okay.
not
Got it,
unfortunately,
got it.
but you know what I mean. Yeah, and that's right. We do have a commitment. We have to be somewhere at 3. So even if I say, I don't mind a couple hours on our holiday, I have to actually be at church. So I hate to say it, but it looks like maybe not till the new year.
The next one, yeah, that'll be the 1st of January. But first, it's okay. We've had New Year then, and should be fine. A bit hungover, but shouldn't be a problem. Well, by 8:30 in the evening, maybe I'm not so
I was
hungover.
going to say, how much you plan on drinking, man?
Well, we've got quite a lot left over from last year, and we've got to get through it.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I guess I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks then.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry about
Thanks
that.
very much. Have a good
But we
one,
should have
and
Charles back by then.
thanks for
No problem.
pointing it out. Anyway,
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
All right, thanks guys.
Now
We'll
have
talk
a-
to you.
Have a
Good night,
Merry
guys.
Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas.
you
Merry
too.
Christmas.
Bye.